Welcome to They Said, She Said. This is episode 7, and what an episode it will be. I'm your host, Nicholas Brady, and next to me is Chris Fox.
Thank you. Yeah,
there he is. Yeah, and on the other side of me is Millie Ludwig.
Hello.
So this podcast is a conversational podcast, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Where we just talk about random topics. Each of us come in with a random topic, and we just discuss it. We talk about it. We say a few things here and there. We laugh. We love. We cry. Everything. And so if you like that and find that amusing, please subscribe. And if you'd rather watch the videos, we also post the videos of this episode the following week on YouTube. So if you'd rather check those out as well. So let's get started, shall we?
We shall.
Yeah! All right, Millie, what is your topic of discussion?
Okay, my topic of discussion has to do with phones.
Phones. Okay.
So last week I sent my phone in to get repaired because the screen broke and it was having a bunch of issues. And so I've been on like a 4 or 5 year old phone for the past week.
So retro.
It doesn't even have data. Like, we had to call in and get it fixed and rerouted because they're like, you're going from data to non-data. We can't just go straight through. We got to tweak it around to do it. Mm-hmm. And then come to find out that FedEx has been trying to deliver my phone to me for the past like 3 days now. And as I was going to pick it up, because of course I missed it, they left the door tag. It went through my mind. I was like, I'm addicted to my phone. And I don't like to think about it because I'm like, nah, I don't need my phone. And I send it away and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I need my phone. So, Are you guys addicted to your phones?
That's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. So this last
straight up yes.
On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I was at my grandma's in this little town in Utah called Ephraim, and so I don't have service there. And it was kind of nice, but it's only nice for like 2 days.
Yeah.
After that, it's like, I start getting antsy and like, it's like withdrawal symptoms and I start freaking out a little bit. And luckily I have Wi-Fi, so it's not even really like disconnecting completely, but I can't get calls or texts. So it's usually as soon as I'm driving back, I'm getting 17 text messages.
Mm-hmm. This is my phone that I
Yeah, that's a piece of garbage. It's got a keyboard though.
Yeah.
I kind of miss
those.
those.
A little QWERTY phone.
Yeah.
I miss those keyboards. Man.
I remember before I got like a smartphone, I was like, I want one of those phones that has a QWERTY board on it. Because I'm like, that's cool. But like, click.
But my biggest problems that I have had this past week is I haven't been able to check my email while I'm out. Mm-hmm. I haven't been able to use my Google Maps, like my GPS, to get places, and I'm horrible at directions. And I haven't been able to look up phone numbers to places. And that's the biggest thing that's been bothering me, and it's been going through my mind. I was like, I've been like near panicking because I haven't been able to look up phone numbers to other places or check my email when I know something's coming up, when I can check it in like 2 hours when I get home. And so I was like, oh, I'm sad.
Yeah, there was one time I went jet skiing and I left my phone in my pocket, and I was on a date. It was pretty awesome because my date, she was on the back and she like flung off or something, and I was like, I'll save you, being all heroic because I'm a heroic guy. I jumped out and then I helped her back onto the jet ski, and then my hand brushed my pocket and I felt a little like square bulge. And I was like, oh crap. So that phone got waterlogged and got destroyed. So I didn't have a phone for like 4 days, and I hated it. I hated it so much.
Yeah, and I mean, like, Chris is on his phone right now.
Well, I'm trying to find out what we're talking about today. What am I supposed to do, I can't go to the computer. I can't start using this computer. That'd be weird.
Like,
just right in the middle.
And it's like, as a society, we've become so attached to our phones, having it in our pocket. And I remember when I didn't have it, I would have like phantom pain, like kind of like phantom pains, but like phantom rings, where I felt where I would think
it would like a buzz or something.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, nothing there.
Well, like, did you have the cell phone before you went on your mission for your church? Because I did, and when I left to go to like the training center and I didn't have a cell phone, I had phantom vibrations all the time for like 2 weeks.
When I went to college for a year, and I went with my brother, and he and I shared a phone at a time. So
you weren't as dependent on that. Right.
But when I came home, I basically got that one. So.
Yeah, I didn't get a phone until either my junior or senior year in high school.
Yeah.
And then up through, what was it? I didn't actually get texting until college. Mm-hmm. And so going from that to having data now, of course it's been a span of just a couple of years, but I've been using my iPod in replacement for what I used to be able to do on my other phone. And my iPod itself is 6 years old. Yeah. So I'm like, I feel primitive, which is weird. Because I normally don't feel like that. Like, I have my phone. It's like, I don't need it. Yeah.
It's crazy. I think it's... yeah. I remember growing up and how back in the day we had... those landlines, and then like the cord phones, and then we had like the box phone that you set on like a counter or something, and they either had like a what's it called, like a rotary?
Yeah, rotary dial.
Yeah, rotary dial. You never had one of those?
I hung up on the wall, and we just used it.
I had one of those. That was awesome. And I hate the people that had
button ones.
No, not the button ones. We're getting to that. But I hate people who had a zero in their number. That's because you had to go all the way over and like a big one. Like, it wasn't a quick thing. Like, it was like. I hated those people.
Yeah.
That was back in the day when it was just a 7-digit number, not a 10-digit number.
Right.
Oh, right, because the whole area code thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the whole like dial-up, if someone was on the phone, you were screwed and couldn't get on the internet until they were off.
Yeah. And now, thanks to cell phones, we have more accidents.
Well, here's the thing, too, is that now with these like smartphones, I used to be able to text without even looking at my phone. Mm-hmm. But now I can't do that anymore.
No, with the touch
It's hard to even text while I'm looking at my phone. It's freaking keyboards, man.
I can, with this phone that I currently have, I can text without looking at it because I know the buttons.
Right.
Yeah.
But with the touch screen, you can't.
Yeah, you have to like.
Because
Because you mess up sometimes even when you're looking at it because it's not.
Though I do have
enough.
to admit, my smartphone is actually pretty dumb because it doesn't know how to spell.
A dumb.
I thought like having a built-in dictionary with the phone would make it smarter. You know, with the texting, I am actually correcting the autocorrect more than it's.
I think it depends on your keyboard too. Do you have what kind of phone do you have?
I've got a Samsung Galaxy X4.
Okay. Because if you have like SwiftKey,
Swipe is okay. Well,
SwiftKey is like my favorite. SwiftKey is, in my opinion, the best.
He swears by it. Like he makes sacrifices to SwiftKey.
Yeah. just to please the SwiftKey gods, so that they continue to predict my words correctly before I even think of them. Yeah, like usually it's like probably 20% of the time it knows the word I'm going to use before I even use it, and it almost always corrects it to the right word.
The biggest problems I have is when it tries to. Like, if I'm trying to say, like, I can, but I have to do this first or something like that, it autocorrects but to bit.
Yeah, I hate that.
It does just little quirks, and I'm just like...
It's like if to of and, like, just stupid
I know
things.
what I'm spelling.
I'm starting to get into the voice texting thing where I'm like... I read text and then I just
probably almost
do that.
faster
than
touching, right?
It's like, yeah, I'm on my way, period.
I can't do that.
Do you want me to bring something? Period. Question mark.
You know what's funny?
I look at it, and then there's some times when it's like comes up with weird words.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah, and I'm like, nope. Then I like delete that. Then I start over again.
My friend uses talk to text, and some of the messages that I get from him are just hilarious.
Yeah. I know.
And then he tries to correct it with the talk to text, and it doesn't work. It's
So
really
you know
funny.
how like when the predictive text comes, it usually, well, at least in mine, it gives you 3 options of what it thinks you're either trying to spell or what it thinks you're going to try and say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to text someone just using those options, like the 3 words you can choose from?
No.
It's pretty funny. I'm gonna do it. Well,
I
we're
feel
talking.
like you're gonna.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So
I saw a picture on Twitter. I think it's called like Classic Pictures or something that I follow on Twitter. Some of them are pretty cool, but they showed a picture of the 20 years of like cell phones that we've had. Like it started with the brick, and it's cool because it gets smaller, but
And
then
it starts to get big.
yeah, and then like it gets big again. I was like, whoa, what's going on?
Well, it seems like now they're taking phones and trying to replace the tablets, and then they're taking the tablets and using that to try to replace computers.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just
Like, they've
hit a small point, and now they're just working right back up.
Yeah. Like, have you seen, like, the giant tab phones? Those tablet phones? They're, like...
Oh, yeah.
They're, like an iPad mini. They're, like, the size of an iPad mini, but they have a phone attached to it.
Have you seen...
And I'm like, well, how can you fit that in a pocket?
Have you seen that YouTube video of this... I don't know if it was a prank or something, but this guy was carrying around, like, this iPod that was, like, this wide and almost up to his chin, and he's going down the escalator just holding on to it, and this girl's just like, what? He's like, no, we got small, and now we're going big again.
yeah, that's pretty funny.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
like have you ever heard of Dragon? It's like the computer version of talk to text.
No.
But you can tell your computer to do different things. Anyways, I got it because I was having to translate some videos for our nurse videos that we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that it's like for Intermountain moms, which means they're like a lot of women related things. And so when I'm trying to get it to spell the word period, it keeps putting a period.
But, yeah.
And so that was like really irritating because usually, like a lot of times the video has period in it, like 8 times, like the word period. So I had to go correct it. So yeah, it's pretty good unless you are actually talking about periods, which I don't know, maybe that happens a lot in texting.
Like,
Who knows?
with girls, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't talk
Do you
guys-
talk about
do you
periods?
text people about
I
periods?
Hey, are you on your period yet? No. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, I never.
You don't nonchalant like that. On your period? No. All right, that's cool.
Cool.
No, the most common way that is ever addressed is, have you stocked up on your chocolates yet? Yeah? Okay, good.
Is it that time of the month?
No, we use code words.
So I texted you actually using.
Like, we kind of do, but we don't.
Yeah.
It's kind
just-
of like
Then
blatant.
again, depending on who you're talking to, it's not like you really care anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So I just texted
Anyway.
you using only predictions.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should read it
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Is
Do you
it
have
arrived?
your phone?
Oh wait,
I actually sent it to
Oh,
you. Yeah,
you text me. Okay. Sorry, I actually have my phone on like
I'm silent.
right
Good,
now
good. So do
because-
I.
Let's see this.
Because we can't be having interruptions, right?
Okay. All right. So here is the text that Chris sent me using only the what is it?
Predicted words.
The predicted words.
Like I didn't start typing anything. It was just like 3 words it gave me, and I just chose.
All right. I'm going to try
Random
say.
ones.
I'm going to try to say it in your voice.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Oh, this
Oh,
is
dear.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you wanted to hold a few more auditions the same time as when I get home from work and went to the script writing meeting. Thing to do at your house or kin the camera is not worse than the last fill up to get to a tattoo artist and give it to a curb appeal.
Well, at least we know the words that he writes the
See, but
most.
that's it's weird. Like KINE. I've never typed that before. I
Yeah.
assume it's wrong
Well,
for
I know.
kind. I don't know.
There's no commas or periods, so I was like, I was running out of breath. I was like, no,
Yeah, it doesn't predict punctuation.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, I would say that's not that bad.
Yeah.
I was like, it kind of makes
It
sense.
predicts
It
the.
could've been worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
So yeah, that's not that bad.
I'm like curb appeal. Have I ever said that? I don't
Curb
think
appeal
so.
or kin the camera, kind the camera is not worth.
I know I've typed camera, but kind, KINE. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Kind of
I've
camera
had one
is not
time where
worth-
my phone got really political on me, and I was just like, I never text politics. What's going on? Because what was it? I was texting oh boy, and it didn't put the space on there because I guess I didn't hit it hard enough, and it autocorrected it to Obama. I was like, I have never typed Obama on this phone.
Right?
Yeah. The thing is, it does have some things automatically, especially if it's a smart keyboard. Like it'll automatically update its own dictionary with some of the newer words.
And then
slangs.
I've got my own type of words that I use, and so I just throw the whole thing off completely. Like, I don't use the word okay, I use...
Ote?
No, I use...
Oh, Tay!
it's actually... I actually spell it O-K-I-E-S. And that's how I say okay, like okies.
Okay.
And that's how I say okay. If I just flat out say okay, then everybody knows that something is wrong. And so I just have all these random words. It just throws the dictionary off completely.
that guy.
Which is probably why it
Says
hates me in the first place.
Yeah, screw the dictionary. Webster.
This is
Did you know
America
that-
we're talking about.
Yeah, America. We don't need Webster and his dictionary.
Oh.
We use
And
our
his
own language.
diction.
Did you know that irreplicable is not a word? Irreplicable.
No, yeah.
Ashton posted that the other day, and I was like, what?
Irreplicable?
Irreplicable.
Irreplicable?
Like not...
It's not a
Not
word?
replicatable.
Yeah. Irrecoverable.
It's not a word.
It's
And I was
really?
like, I swear I've heard it several times
Okay,
in
they put
written
dictionary.
language.
They put twerk into the dictionary. but
Yeah, and how is irreplicable not in the dictionary? Whatever.
Really? Wow.
It's just a rant.
Did you check the dictionary? And
Yeah, because Ashton posted, she's like, how is this not a word? And so I went and looked, and it wasn't a word.
Huh.
And it made me kind of sad.
Wow.
That's
Because I always,
weird.
well, I don't always, but I sometimes pride myself in my knowledge of the English language.
Yeah.
Usually I'm pretty good at knowing
I'm somewhat of an
vocabulary.
English major, so I like to say that I know a lot about it, but apparently not.
Irreplicable.
I think it's
can't
funny
even talk
sometimes
right.
when, like, the words that I learned that Webster finally put into the dictionary. And, like, I remember a few years ago, they finally put the word ain't in the dictionary.
Yeah, because that saying that kept going around, the ain't a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't a word.
Ain't
Now
a
it
word,
is.
and
It's in
you
the
ain't supposed to say
dictionary.
it.
It's so dumb, though, because it's, I don't know. Like, just because something becomes popular, like, you just shove it in the dictionary?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The Simpsons invented dough. Like, dough!
It's now a word?
said. Yeah, it's it. Because of the popularity of The Simpsons, Webster put in the dictionary, like, a decade ago.
Is it just like a joke dictionary where they or like a urban, not an urban dictionary because there is an urban dictionary,
Yeah.
but it's not a Webster's dictionary. But is there like a updated one that we don't really count like in schools that they're just like adding words to like twerk and dough?
I don't know.
Or are these like actual dictionary words now? Like you can't get in trouble in school for using the word ain't in a paper.
Well, if I had my phone up and running, I could check that for us.
If you only had your
If I only had my
smartphone.
phone.
I don't know.
Golly.
That's a good question. Fun fact: did you know that Eminem, the rapper, that he's when he was first starting out, he actually studied the dictionary for words that he could
Yeah,
use?
I did know that actually.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Like, so he actually
smart.
read the dictionary. Like, people like threatened, like, you're like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna read the dictionary or something?
And he did.
Yeah, and he actually read the dictionary. I'm like, wow, I have more respect for that man. I do. I'm like,
Even
it's
more
like,
than you already had?
I-
How is that possible?
Whoa! My mind's blown.
There's nothing wrong with that. I got some respect for Eminem.
I
broke
think
down a lot
He's
of
made it. He's
barriers.
made some
He's
mistakes,
really-
but he's made it. He's
Yeah,
I
but
think
he's
there's a
also
lot to
done
respect.
a lot, like changed the way that people look at things and broadened horizons.
Right.
So he's actually done really good.
I
like-
think he's amazing. Like he is great. Like he's an amazing rapper. I think his like he has. I think he is a genius at what he does. At 50 Cent, is a good friend of Eminem, and he said that he thinks Eminem should get more praise than Jay-Z because Jay-Z gets like praise like, oh, he's the
I
greatest.
can't stand Jay-Z.
or anything.
another
But
topic
like
for
the
another
reason why 50 Cent says that Eminem should get more praise is because Eminem has sold more records and gotten more platinum records, and he's actually produced more. And so Eminem should be like, people should talk about Eminem the way people talk about Jay-Z.
You know, I think people should talk about Eminem the way the news talks about Kanye.
What, like a good
'Cause-
thing?
Like he's an
like
idiot?
how often, no, like how often
Like he's an arrogant idiot who doesn't know that he's like ridiculed by pretty
Oh my
much
gosh, this
everybody
guy's
who hears what
turning
he
a
has to say.
joke. But no, like talk
Right,
about
talk about him like as if he's like a
Yeah.
big thing.
Didn't something just happen with Kanye recently?
Yeah, he was an idiot. Okay, so he's at his own concert.
Oh, yeah.
He decides that he wants everyone to stand up. There's two people he can see not standing, so he calls them out and he
Doesn't
goes,
the crowd,
"Unless you're
like, boo him or
handicapped and you
something?
can't stand, you need to stand up." One of them raises their prosthetics. He still doesn't believe him, and he sends bodyguards over just to double check and make sure they actually can't stand. And they find out, okay, they're legit handicapped. then he goes on with the show. He doesn't apologize either. Just goes on with the show.
He is way too big.
The guy's got his head the size of something terrible.
I love.
Oh my gosh.
I love South Park's imitation of Kanye. They're so funny because they're like the first time he's like on South Park, he's all like, "I'm a lyrical genius." Like no one like I'm a rap god. I'm a lyrical genius of a generation. And anyway, it perfectly just depicts him.
Yeah.
And then there's another one with like him and Kim Kardashian because they're and so like there's another episode with them and how like they think Kim is a hobbit, and Kanye West was like, Kim's not a hobbit, all right, because she's not a hobbit because she likes to smoke pipe with a wizard friend and they go on adventures in Middle Earth and okay, just hold on a second. And he calls her and he's like, all right, woman, tell me again why you're not a hobbit. All right, I love you. And he's like, all right, so this is why she's not a hobbit. Anyway, it's funny. I love when South Park makes fun of celebrities.
Like, back to the respect thing, I feel like if you're talking about, it's like, who's done more for music, Taylor Swift or Eminem, it's like, obviously Eminem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Taylor Swift is just good at what she
Taylor Swift has a market, definitely. She nails her demographic every time. I'll give her that.
Have you heard her new song, Shake It Off?
I love that song.
I have, yeah. The parody was pretty funny, too.
I haven't seen
From
that.
Barely Political.
Oh, yeah, I'll need to see that. I
What
like
was it called?
I don't... If you look at Barely Political, Shake It Off, I don't remember what the parody is called. They usually change the title to whatever the parody title is, but...
I think it's... I like it. Like it does not sound country at all. Like it is a pop.
No, it's
song.
not. Yeah,
No, but
she doesn't really make
is
country
releasing
anymore.
a pop album.
Oh really?
Yeah, she
I didn't know
has
that.
come out and said that she is releasing an album solely dedicated to pop.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's kind of...
Shake it off.
But
Like,
she can go
shake it
back and
off.
forth between country and pop. She's
Yeah.
one of those few artists that can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
I actually have nothing against... I don't think she's a great musician, but I have nothing against her as a person. Like, every story I hear about her is her doing something good.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of anything where it's like...
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, like, peed on a restaurant floor when she got mad at a waiter and, like...
Yeah.
And just, like, knocked everything over on her way out. Like, that's never
It's
happened.
like she got pulled over drunk driving
Yeah.
because she almost hit a
Like,
pedestrian or something.
it's never like Justin Bieber level stories. It's
Yeah.
always like, oh, she like visited a random cancer patient fan of hers.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, that's
like,
cool.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Good for her. Have you seen the video of Shake It Off? I think it's a fun video. There's like a little bit where she tries twerking and it's funny because she can't.
She can't.
And she doesn't have a booty for it. And it's
No.
funny. So, yeah, that was a good conversation.
Completely went off topic.
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah,
Cell
that
phones.
Yeah. Cell phones in society.
So yeah, no, that was good. No, that was fun. I enjoyed that.